Hello and welcome back to Dragon Quest World Tutorials. I am quite cheesy, and in this video we're going to go over the new mega monster. So that is going to be Devilish Clown Dhoulmagus. So this is going to be recommended for special classes level 65. So I should actually be able to get through this with no problem, but this is going to be the team that I'm going to be using for this particular battle. So over here I'm going to have a high priest equipped with the mysterious crystal, so that's going to work out well for healing, also providing buffs as well. Then I will also be using this for using Encore in some cases. Then over here I'm going to have an Archmage equipped with Lamia's Whip. So here, this is mainly going to be used for buffing up the next character, but this is also going to be used for doing damage in order to actually have the ability, the Evil Eye Dismissal put on this particular character, so other characters can actually take extra turns. Then over here, I'm going to have a ninja equipped with S-Dark's Blade. This is actually going to work out well in terms of doing damage and also possibly getting Shadow Weaves, as this does mirror-based damage. Then over here, I'm going to have a God Hand equipped with the Power Pole, so pretty much for Kamehamehas to do some major damage to the enemy, so that's going to work out well as well. So if you want to know more about this team, you can look down in the video description down below. But now I want to go over this particular enemy's abilities. So Devilish Clown Dhoulmagus is going to have around 500,000 HP if you solo this, 1 to 3 actions per turn. Weaknesses going to be Metagita and non-attribute. So its first ability is going to be called Prison of Thrones. So this is going to do around 1,000 Jabati of physical damage to all characters, with the chance to lower their tension level by 1 rank. So this is actually going to be quite devastating, so you want to actually be prepared for this. So in Japanese, this is called Ibara no Dogoku. Then after that, we're going to have another ability. So this ability is going to be called Scream of Madness. So Scream of Madness does around 340 Dharma physical damage to all characters, increases domain skill influence, so when Dhoulmagus attacks you, your tension level will go down, and the character will have a one-time buff that lowers the amount of damage they do by 20%. So that is going to be very devastating, as well as he does attacks on you, lowering your tension level. Then after that, we're going to have another ability. This is going to be super high speed repeating strikes. So this does around 220 physical damage to one character 5 times. So that's actually going to be not very good, especially if you don't have a God Guard or get a God Guard. Pretty much this could kill one of your characters if you're not too careful. It's going to have a Hagashi Otokebi, which is a fierce roar that does around 180 physical damage to all characters and has a chance to cause fear. It's also going to have a Hane no Ame, which is rain of feathers. This does around 350 damage plus an additional 300 damage to all characters. It's going to have Dormadon, which does around 640 Dorma spell damage to one character. Shankanetsu Scorching Heat, that does around 320 meta breath damage to all characters. Nira Mitsugeru, which is going to be Gaze. This turns one character to stone. It's also going to have a Bunshin no Umidasu, which is create a clone. This creates 2 Dhoulmagus clones. Then it's going to have a Itetsuku Hado, which is Disruption Wave, which removes the bust of all characters. Also going to have a regular attack that does around 330 physical damage to one character. Also going to have an Inkinari skill sudden activation ability that gives Dhoulmagus Evil Eye, Dismissal, and Disruption Wave guard buffs. Besides that, he's also going to have the Dhoulmagus clones join him on the field. They're going to be question-marked enemies, around 100,000 HP, 1 action per turn, weaknesses, Marigita, and non-attribute. So their abilities are going to be, for example, Lariho, which puts 1 character to sleep, Merizoma, which does around 380 meta spell damage to 1 character, a regular attack that does around 330 physical damage to 1 character, a Kamaitachi Whirlwind, which does around 200 180 boggy physical damage to one character. Then it's also going to have a Doka no Charisma Barrier, which is a Clown Charisma Barrier. This gives a one-time use buff that lessens weapon and physical technique damage by 20%. So my notes for this particular battle is refrain from having a character take successive actions after attacking Dhoulmagus. Use healing and buffs to remove the effects of lower tension. Use stand firm when Dhoulmagus is going to use prisoner thorns. Use protective shield to prevent stone debuffs. Equip gear that is specifically geared toward doing damage toward Dhoulmagus and resisting his attacks. And equip weapon gear and souls that give you damage and resistance to question marked enemies. So with that said, I want to go ahead into this battle, but one thing that I can actually do here is actually equip my ninja here with actually some gear that's probably going to be better for this, suited for this battle. So I pretty much have all of the actual armor gear for the new banner. The only thing is I don't have the weapon, so not much that I can do about that. Then something else that I can do here is actually going to go ahead, switch to this weapon so I can actually protect myself against disruption wave. But with that said, I want to go ahead into this particular battle, so here we go. Okay, so here we go with this battle. So hopefully things do actually go well. So hopefully, yeah, we'll see what happens with this particular battle. So the first thing I'm going to do is here I got a dual cast or double cast. So here I'm actually going to go ahead and use Ugani. So there, was able to get it on. So that's actually going to be very beneficial for me for doing damage earlier on in this battle. So here, what I want to do is I want to actually go ahead and attack here. So I want to go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and use Heaven and Hell Imprisonment Slash. So hopefully I can get a Shadow Weave. If that happens, no. But that's actually fine. So here, next, what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and Super Gather Strength. Here, going to go ahead, use Lucky Taro. Okay. So here, what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and start using Flames of the Phoenix. So the buff is going to go on my God Hand. So here, Kamehameha. So, ooh, wow, 170,000 damage, so that's actually quite good. So here, again, going to use... I didn't want to do that one, but actually that's fine because it still does do the same amount of attacks. So here, going to go ahead, heal up. Okay, so Dormoadon. Nice God Guard. So, okay, so that was a gaze, so that didn't work. So here again, Flames of the Phoenix. So what I will do here is I'm actually going to go ahead. Here, I'm not going to waste that God Chain, so I'm actually going to go ahead and attack. And 339,000 damage. So that really does help out. Here again, hopefully here I can actually get some pretty good damage. So here, what I'll do is I'll go ahead Put that there. So here, I'm actually going to go ahead, use Encore with my God Hand. And here, I'm actually going to go ahead, use Battle Demon Release. And down. Okay. So this battle was worth 44,850 XP. And Dhoulmagus is a blue soul. Here I got a D. Okay, so here for this particular battle, I mentioned that if you solo this, you should be able to only have to do 500,000 damage. Here I was actually able to do 932,260 damage, so that actually pretty much I would have been able to do this without the actual support group. And then as you can see here, I actually do get fragments for defeating this particular boss battle. So I need 1,000 in order to get the treasure soul pearl. Okay, so that was my battle against Devilish Clown Dhoulmagus. So this battle actually went quite well, especially with my God Hand being able to do a massive amount of damage throughout this particular battle. So I believe 3 attacks with Kamehameha was enough to actually take it down. I believe it's 3, but yeah, that's exactly how I wanted the battle to go. So pretty much buffing up my God Hand with Lamia Staff, also using Bugani to lower defenses, so that actually really did help out as well. Using my ninja to pretty much trying to get, of course, doing some damage, not a whole lot compared to my God Hand, but also possibly getting a Shadow Weave, which I did not get. But also what's important about the ninja is actually taking the Evil Eye Dismissal buff or buff on Dhoulmagus and putting it on this particular character so that my God Hand can actually have an extra attack. So that actually worked out quite well. So yeah, so this battle went just like I had hoped it would. So now what I want to do is actually, I do not have the Awakened Dhoulmagus Soul, so I actually want to review the original Dhoulmagus Soul. So that is actually going to again be a blue soul, going to be S grade, and going to be right here. So here, this is the Dhoulmagus Soul, so a blue soul. So blue souls are usually going to have their best stats and your max HP, your strength, your agility, and also your dexterity. So 126 to your max HP, 95 to your strength, that's not bad, and then 111 to your agility and dexterity, so that's not bad either. So seeing it awakened actually will be quite interesting. Then over here for your stats, you're going to get plus 5% to weapon and physical technique skill damage, plus 7% to EO weapon and physical technique damage, plus 5% to HP's recovery skill effectiveness, then plus 7% to dormant resistance, and plus 7% to sleep resistance. So that's actually a good soul. So here, since this is a 5th soul, so I'm going to be using this soul in order to actually upgrade to the awakened soul. So here, going to go ahead and lock it in. So that's going to be it for this video. So later on, once I do get or have enough materials to make the Awakened Soul, I will go over that in a different video. But most likely my next video is going to be on the Buffalon and Mohican Hokura battle. So please stay tuned for that. So with that said, going to go ahead and end this video here. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.